In my opinion, everyone's a leader if they choose to be. I don't think there are leaders and followers. I think those are both choices. So every human being has the opportunity to lead out in their space. They just have to choose to do it. What was my aha moment for leadership? I feel like I started being a leader when I was a kid because I have this very distinctive memory of my elementary school. It was when I was in 4th grade, and there was a young man who some other kids were making fun of. And my mom had always taught me, you're not supposed to fight. But they were pushing him and yelling at him, and I didn't know what else to do other than to physically get in the middle of it. And so I kind of jumped into the fray and tried to stop the physical altercation that was happening. And I remember I got in trouble. The teacher came out and pulled everybody apart. We all went to the principal's office, and I was terrified because I was so scared of getting in trouble. I just was one of those kids. I never wanted to get in trouble. And so we went to the principal's office, and they called my mom, and she came, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to be in so much trouble. And my mom listened to what had happened, and she said, okay, we'll go home and we'll talk about this. And we got home, and my mom said, so tell me again, what were you doing? And I said, well, they were making fun of him and they were hurting him. And so I just felt like I didn't know what to do. I felt like he needed help and I needed to help stop it. And my mom said, don't ever back away from that kind of situation. She's like, you did the right thing. And even though you got called down to the principal's office, you did the right thing. And I've always remembered that because it was an aha moment for me that sometimes standing up and doing the right thing is scary. The one change that I think is most important moving forward for women to be included in leadership is the ideology that there are spaces for men and there are spaces for women. So when I decided to run for city council, I talked to a trusted older friend, and I said to him, do you think I should run for council? And he said, well, you'd have to run against the other woman who's running. You'd be taking her space if you won. And I said, well, that's interesting. There's 3 seats up for re-election, and there's only one woman running, so I suppose we could both win, just if we were the best candidates. And his response was, maybe when my generation's gone, but as for now, I don't think so. I think that, that we probably would never allow a female majority. Now that was just one person's, spoken opinion. And that was someone who loved me, but really felt like they were protecting me, by saying, let's be honest about the situation. So I've thought a lot about that since then, because in my trusted friend's mind, there was a female seat on the council, and then there were male seats on the council. So going forward, changing that ideology of spaces where women belong and spaces where men belong to these are spaces where people belong. Who are the best leaders? And not having our gender be the reason why we don't get elected. That's the thing that needs to change. And people will just be able to step into the place that they've prepared themselves for and not be blocked because of gender.